Hey, fatty.
This video is primarily talking about how I injured myself yesterday. So yesterday was December 1st, right? I go to the gym. My buddy gets here. Kind of mad at him because he doesn't want to go to the gym. But again, you know, it's like whatever. So I ended up just going by myself and I took my bike because I don't have a car. I don't drive, all right? I live in Los Angeles and I don't drive. Y'all people out here you need help. Now I was on the rowing machine. That's a back exercise, right? I was doing it a little over my weight, and I knew I was doing it over my weight, and I felt something weird, and I felt something pop. It was like a popping. Well, it was somewhat like a popping thing, but I just felt like something just nudged, like it just rubbed against something else, and I heard something pop. At least, you know how when you hear something internally happen inside of your body, it's like a weird kind of noise versus if you heard it externally. Either way, I heard it pop. I felt really bad. I was like, so sad. I was on the verge of tears in the gym, right? Full of people. Not full of people. There's people there. And a part of me wants to cry. But the other part of me is like, keep your shit together and gauge how bad this is. Can you go home? Right? That was my first question. Can I go home? So I gauge it. But I stood up slowly. I kind of rotated myself a little bit to see if I could still do that, and I could still do it. So part of me was like, okay, it can't be that bad if I can rotate, because when I was terrible, I couldn't, even rotating to one of the sides laying down was god-awful experience. But I could rotate, so I was like, okay, it's not that bad. Next thing I do, I hang myself, right? I go to one of the, it's like, what do you call it, the power racks, I guess? The pull-up things. So I just hang myself. I pretended to do ab workouts just so I can hang myself and not look like a complete idiot. So I pretended to do some pull-ups, and like pulling my knees up for ab workout. But in reality, I'm like, business is not happening in my own head because I'm freaking out. And I was just asking myself, how many months am I gonna throw myself back? This and that. But this is what's, I don't know if it was fasting. I don't know if it was just the fact that I laid down all day. But while I was still at the gym, I gauged what muscle it was until I found what it was. Because basically I just went up to every machine and put it to a low ass weight and just pulled it to see if my muscles were acting funny. And eventually I figured out it was like something that felt over my butt cheek, my left butt cheek. I don't know what muscle that is. But it felt over it, not like, it didn't feel like my spine where my injury is. I felt like I pulled a muscle. And I was like, right, so I probably pulled a muscle. But I was able to go home, got on my bike, because the gym's like a mile away, not that far. Got back home. First thing I did was lay down, do some therapy work. By that, I mean research I've done, stretches I've looked at, things that have worked for me, right? I did my own research for my own herniated disc. So don't think what works for me works for you, because herniated disc can happen in a variety of different ways, and depending on where yours is, could lead to a variety of other problems, right? Like a family member that's related to me in some ways, she has problems with her liver, her stomach, and all sorts of other things, and she can only, I'm sitting down at a desk, right? She has to sleep like this for her to sleep well. Bruh, I don't know what her thing is, but she goes to a chiropractor now. Things aren't as bad as they are for her, but that's just to gauge it for you. Herniated discs are a huge problem. It all depends on where yours is at. Mine sticks out backwards, and it touches some of my nerve endings. That's kind of why I didn't go with the surgery, because there's a 70% chance of me not being able to walk again. So, yeah, keep that in mind. That's why I felt so heavy, dude. I felt like a heavy heart. But when I got home, I did some of my therapy work. I got in my inversion table. I don't know. Because at this point, I could feel where it is, and it's not anywhere near where my injury is. Because I know, when I mess up my back, there are a variety of things that I feel. One of them is on my right leg, right where the top portion of the calf is, where it meets my knee. I get a really sharp pain there. That's how I know if it's my disc, because that's the first indicator. For me at least, that's the first indicator that I feel when I feel my injury acting up. So it's only when it's cold, when I'm about to get a muscle spasm, or I don't know what you call them, but when I shake horribly. There's a variety of things that I feel. This time around, I just felt like I couldn't fucking bend a little down, and that's it. I was like, okay, so this probably was a pulled muscle, but I just wanted to know what that snap was, because I felt something rough. I felt something like do that, and I don't know what that was. But I'm guessing this time around I had enough muscle infrastructure there that it helped, because normally I have a weak back, I'm not gonna lie, but that's kind of one of the main targets that I target when I go work out is my back. I always try to make sure that I get a good workout for my back, because there's some other things that I do on mat work, like when I'm laying down right here in the garage. There are other exercises that I do for my back, so it's not always so easy to like pinpoint certain things. But I felt great. I was like, okay, part of me wants to freak out, part of me wants to go to the doctor and just be like, oh, I'm freaking out. But I went to the restroom. I didn't pee blood. That was a good sign. You know what I'm saying? I went to did the other one. Nothing. There was nothing abnormal about my situation, and I didn't feel like I was dying. First and foremost, because that's why I gauged myself when I was still at the gym. Do I call 911? That's the first thing I asked myself. Do I call it? Yes or no? Is this more a muscle-related injury than it is my spine injury? But what was the snap? And, you know, I pissed. I made sure I didn't none of my bodily fluids were full of blood. It's the first thing I did. Now, people can't always react like that. So if you freak out, call 911 and do not do what I do. Again, a lot of it's because I can gauge myself. I'm a bit on the loony side. That's why I don't think Cole's that crazy, because in all honesty, he's a pretty sane man. I don't know why people think he's insane or anything. Cool guy. I've never met him though. But thank you for your diet, and thank you for the motivational shit. I watch your streams every weekend. Well, they were on Instagram. I don't know if you could still stream on Instagram. I don't even know if you could stream at all, dude. So back to my injury, right? I get home, I do that, and I basically just dry fasted. Because at this point, I was thinking a little more clearly, realizing that I'm not in immediate danger, that I started thinking, well, I haven't drank water all day, so I'm dry fasting. I know my autophagy's up, so I'm just going to sleep all day. Pretty much what I did. I alternated between sleeping between 4 to 5 hours, because that's kind of the range that I was waking up in. Hang myself upside down, do my therapy work on the mat, and then go back to sleep. Woke up again. So I did this 3 times. Because I woke up at like 2 in the morning, and I still did one more. And did all that. Woke up today and I feel perfectly fine. Again. Always go to the doctor. Don't do what I do. Woke up today, still went to the gym. Me and my buddy got a workout in. Dude, oh man, Cole, I'm so sorry. You're going to hear this from me, but I ate back to back, all right? From Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I ate back to back. I was a complete flat slob, and I didn't fucking care, okay? Being honest with you right now, I ate a lot of food, but I still weighed myself and I was at 220. Today I weighed myself and I was at 220, and I'm incredibly happy. So far I've only been 24 hours into this fast, but I'm thinking of doing 3 days. Considering I ate so much food, but I'm at 220, so I don't know if I should do all 3 days, but I'm just gonna do 3 days, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, so this second portion of the video is just concluding that portion of like I injured myself, I fucked up, I knew I shouldn't have done it, because like when I was doing that weight, I knew, I was like, this is a little too heavy, maybe I shouldn't do this. I think it feels like I might injure myself right now, and lo and behold, you know, I always think about these things. I always put a lot of this into perspective, and I do consider it. I'm always thinking about my posture. It's like number one king. Because I love Cole's methodology with grab the weight you can do and grab the weight that you can control. So that's how I always gauge it is, can I control this weight? Can I do it? How much control do I have over this weight? Because I like having it on the edge. And yeah, I fucked up. And I knew I did. Cole would be looking at me being like, you fucking dummy, fatty. Huh? That's not a different story though. But I've made a lot of progress. When I look at myself, this picture of my ID, it's like, damn, dude. I've seen, some people have seen me and they're like, whoa, bro, you look amazing. your skin's nicer, your hair's nicer, this and that. And the snake diet's been doing a lot of great wonders, but it's probably just fasting. Because I'm not gonna lie, I don't really drink a lot of that snake juice. I only do it on my fasting days. So like today, yeah, snake juice, but even then I still don't really touch it. Because for me it's all about increments, right? Like how much water did I drink? Did I do it at a deficit? This or that. Like there's a madness in my head where I meticulously pay attention to a lot of things. So I don't know. It just adds to it, I guess. I have a bunch of pictures of my buddy Danny, but that's because I got the camera that I'm recording this on. It's a really nice DSLR. Got it for really cheap. It's 10 years old though. I take pictures of my buddy Danny because I know he doesn't do it. And I know for a fact, like, once he's fit, I expect him to be fit by February. By February, this man's going to be a completely different person. So I'm going to take pictures of him while he's fat so I can have that material. Yeah, fatty. Don't ever eat again. Or some stupid shit like that. Yeah, I just wanted to say thanks to Cole. Thanks to everybody else on YouTube who kind of is snake diet oriented. Because I've seen a lot of people talk shit about Cole. And I'm like, dude, you don't even know. Because I feel greatly indebted to Cole. I feel greatly indebted to everybody that I've watched who helped me out for my journey, from what I've read. Like, I'm grateful to a lot of those people because I did wake up one day and I told myself, do I really want to be 300 pounds? Do I really want to be above 300 pounds having a kid? Not being able to, like, play with them, go to the park, walk the dogs. Like, there's a variety of things that I wouldn't be able to do because I have a spine injury. And a spine injury doesn't really help when you're over fucking weight. So there was a lot of that. That's what I meant by things really had to change. Was the fact that I had to eventually look myself in the mirror and be like, hey, where do you want to be when you're 30? Because I'm about to be 27. I'm about to be 27 this 31st. That's my birthday. Do I really want to be that fat? Do I not want to be able to go to the pool? Shit, I don't even know how to swim. Like, as of right now, I can't swim. Yeah, a lot of things have to change in my life. And I'm happy that my buddy Danny agreed to it, like, right off the get-go. My buddy Hector, he's willing to always just torture himself. That dude's weird. But, again, a lot of this was thanks to Cole. Thanks to people like Cole. Thanks to other people that I watch on YouTube. Can't think of any of them immediately because Cole was kind of like the guideline. He had said a bunch of crazy shit, so I had, meticulously put it in my brain. And then, right, where he's all like, push yourself to the limit, but don't go past it. Stuff like that. Like, I looked at other videos that said the exact same thing Cole said. And hell, my recovery time is so great. My recovery time is so spectacular that with a day of dry fasting, I was able to, like today, I went to the gym, but I didn't do much for my back or my back workouts or, like, those exercises. But, I still feel great. I didn't feel like I was pushing it too hard. I felt like I could control everything that I was doing. But a lot of it for me is snake diet, right? Because I noticed that my recovery time is through the roof. I noticed that me and Danny are gaining strength at a level that is unprecedented, right? Like, my buddy Danny is a perfect example of this because I'm doing natural strength training. Well, I did natural strength training for like the first month. And there was a big difference. But a lot of the strength training I did, I could tell that I amounted to very little to nothing because I was weak. I was so weak that I knew I didn't have any muscles on my legs because I had always spent my time sitting down or laying down. I knew that I didn't have much muscles in my arms. Like, I know for a fact I went from, like, no muscle to I have something now. So when I look at my buddy Danny and me, I can gauge where we're at now versus where we started with because we've made some progress. This snake diet's crazy, all right? I hate saying this, but this is a miracle diet. Like, I went from 300 pounds to 220 in 2 months and some change because it is December 1st. Or December 2nd is when I'm weighing myself, right? So December 2nd, I'm 220 even. I'm not using a digital scale, so Cole's probably yelling at me right now. Why aren't you using a digital scale or something like that? But with this diet, I've realized that the scale matters very little, because sometimes I've gained weight, but a lot of that was muscle that I was gaining. So I don't know. I feel like I'm making a lot of progress. Feels like a lot of progress considering the weights that we started with to what we're at now. And we've only been going to the gym, I want to say, 2 weeks consistently, give or take. And it's not even like every day. I will give us break days between some of these days, depending on like how I feel, how he feels. I'm always asking questions because it's never concrete. But we'll let you know more about how it goes with us. Primarily, this channel was supposed to be about me, but I'm already close to 190. I'm already close to my target weight. I have videos of myself in another channel. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I would cut portions of the bottom so you couldn't see how fucking big I was. Can't wait to go back to that channel and just tell people over there about the snake diet. But thanks for watching. Stop eating, fatty. Cause damn, Thanksgiving was too good.